So in this session, we are going to try to build a solution, try to build an app or a screen that's going to give us something that's similar to spin the wheel. Okay, and yeah, let's start with an by having a canvas app. I'm not going to create one because it already exists. So I'm just going to say edit a new tab. I already have an app where I'd like to have this. So yeah. Yep. So what you're seeing is are the other ones that I've done. Um, but let's just do this. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create one more container over here. It's a classic control. We're going to do something like this, or maybe let's do it this way. I'll just copy this one and paste it, and just remove the elements inside it. Just save some time. Okay, and this is going to be on the top, very top. This container was for typing animation. Check the other video if you haven't seen this. And the one that we are doing is spin the wheel. Okay, and let's change the title. Spin the wheel. We're not going to pass, or do we want to? Let's just have this. Okay, and spin. This is going to take us to a new screen, and the new screen is going to be blank screen. And I'm just going to name this as spin the wheel screen, or let's just simplify it, called spin screen. And over here, when we do spin, all I want to do is take me to the spin the wheel screen, which is this one, and we are going to pass the text and speed. Let's just keep it for now, and then we'll see if it's useful, or else we'll just remove it. So we entered all our choices in the home screen. We come over here, and what we want right now is a simple gallery. That's going to be showing us the titles, and let's spread this across, or maybe let's have it till here, because I'd like to add a button to spin again. And roughly text input as well to let me just copy it from the home screen. This one, copy, paste. So we're just having this over here as well, in case I'd like to change the choices at any point of time instead of going back and forth between home screen and over here. So wrap count, we want to show at least 3 choices at once, and height can be anything. So over here the data source is nothing but we're going to split. What are we going to split? We're going to split the text that we got with new line. Okay, this is what we're going to get. And once we split it, we're going to get the values. Instead of this is going to be the value. And whenever I click this one, we're just going to update the context. The come on, for text to be text and put two. I'm going to rename these later, but it's best practice to always name them correctly. So I don't need this one, and the rectangle. Okay, to start off, what do we need? We need to know whether the spin is running. Is spin running? I'll set it to true because I want it to throw it off right when I come over here, and probably the default of this one is going to be text because that's coming from the home screen. So what do we need? On the home screen, we are saying, is the spin running? Yes. And then current, not current. First of all, we need to name all our variables with var. Is spin running true, var current selection. This is going to be a record, which this is going to be an empty record because we don't want any selection in the very beginning, and var final selection will be an empty record as well. And what I'm going to do is, whenever we select this, sorry, I mean to say the color. If var final selection is equal to this item, then show green, because this is it. Or else show, okay, I need to give this, or else show whatever this color is already. Okay, and this needs to be incompatible type record. So let's say dot value, and over here dot value. This is not value, okay, because I haven't set the type over here. But what do we do? Final selection. Let's say index. Okay, I'll just throw a 0 index in the first place, and this item dot value. What condition should it be? Let's remove this for now. We're just going to do spin, and then probably come back to this. So the current item, that's where our default is going to be set. Var current selection. Okay, initially blank, so it's blank. And let's see, it's going to come from here. Spin. This is blank initially, as it's supposed to be, and let's see. So right after we come over here, we want to do the random selection. So for it to happen, we need a timer. So this is going to be our timer, and it's going to run on its own. It's going to run for, just say, 2 hours speed, because I don't know. I'm just going to set it to 2 hours speed. And how many times does it need to run? So this is a good question. So it needs to run at least, let's settle for 20 right now. Var run count 20. Okay. Var default run count 20. So once it's out of the runs, we need to run it again. So we need a default value. Instead of setting 20 everywhere, I'm just going to set it over here. So yeah, so whenever you come, the initial run count is 20. This is going to run for the whatever the speed was, and then each time the timer ends, what we are going to say is select a random. So break context, selection, is there a random function? There is. Random between top and bottom. Smallest value, I'd say 1. Max value, this is going to be count rows of, or else we can simply get it from gallery itself, gallery1 dot row count. Come on, all items count, and close, and dot value. Okay, current selection is a record. So we got the random, and then what we're going to do is we're going to index it. What are we going to index? It's going to be gallery1 dot all items, and from there we are going to select a random one. Okay, and this needs to happen for 20 times. So what I'm going to say is if, okay, if var run count is greater than 0, then first reduce the count. This is going to be var run count as var run count -1. Yeah, so only run when it's greater than that, and once the count run hits to 0, it's going to stop. Wherever it stopped, it's going to be a final stop. So for that, I'm just going to say update context. Var final selection is gallery1 dot selected. And this doesn't accept because incompatible types, other places. Okay, this is selection index. What I need is selection. Okay, now let's see. Okay, this looks promising. I'm not sure if it will work on the very first try, so fingers crossed. See, spin. Okay, I need to go back first. Spin. Nothing's really happening. What's the duration? It's 15 seconds. Okay, probably too low for it. Let me set it to 1000 for now for testing. Okay, then still nothing. That's because, let's see. So what's the run count? 18. So it ran 3 times. And it did update this one. Oh, once it updates, so it's the selection. Selection is also happening. So it's just the gallery that's not getting reset once the var count changes. So what I'm going to say is reset gallery 1. Let's try. The gallery resets probably only when the data source changes. The data source right now is split of the text. Because the text isn't changing, it's not going to reset on its own. So we are forcefully telling it to reset each time the default value changes. So and this isn't working. Let's see if we set it correctly. And selection, the rectangle, I forgot, needs to have some color. I'm sorry. Probably it worked on the first try as well. I'm not sure. I'm saying probably it worked, but we never got to see because of the colors. Still not showing up. Okay, when something is selected, this is happening, and the default is let me try to do it this way. Copy, and over here I'm just going to say on select take context word current selection this item. This doesn't match because this is off prop, my fault. So this isn't supposed to be like this because the split property is only giving us the value and then the text. So the value which is the text. But right now when I say gallery 1.selected, it's going to give not only the value but also the controls as part of the object. So I'm just going to say this. Hopefully this should work. It's not working. Okay, probably the rand between. I need to check what's the output over there. So to check this, I'm just going to add take context where random value is this, and then random value I'm just going to print somewhere on the screen. Okay, let's try to see what's happening. It's 2 1 2 2 stuck at 2 and then 1 2. Okay, this is changing and this is 1 and 2. So the default, this current selection is also changing. But didn't I already set it to got selected? Oh, I'm only setting the final selection. Where is this? index of gal items. No, this is index of the data source for the gallery, which is I'm not supposed to do it this way, but we'll correct this later. Okay, plain. It's kind of working, but probably it's too fast, so the gallery is switching. No, it's not too fast. It's running once every second, so it makes sense. Let me delete this one. Go back. Add more. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then, so it's selecting random items, which is good, and it's going to stop after 20 runs. And that's the final result. Let me also change this to speed again, because that's too slow. This one, gallery, needs to be all the way down there. Data source, just need to remove the excess, this one, so I'll say trim. I'm not sure if trim function is available. It is available. Trim, and we only want to trim the ends because there might be tabs or things in between as well. So I'll just say spin, it's going to select random one, and it's going to stop somewhere. Awesome, we've done it. And then when it stops, this is where we need to set the rectangle color to be if the final selection is equal to this item dot value, then final selection dot value is equal to this, and spin. Voila! And this is still running, probably auto start. We need to stop it from keep going on forever. So run count, var run count is greater than 0. Okay, and when I click on spin, what I'm going to do is var run count is var default run count. This is why we had the default one initially. So I click on this, it starts and it ends somewhere, and this is still going on. Oh, wait a second. Why is this still going on? Auto start is false. Instead of auto start, it should have been on repeat. So let me set this back and repeat only when this condition matches. Let's see. Done. That's all. That's all we came here for. So I'm just going to hide this. We don't need this one. And this one probably you can do your own styling as much as you want. Right now this is enough for me. I don't want to add any more styling over here. So that's it. We are done. Thank you.